Jelly Roll and Bunnie XO may seem like an unlikely pair, but their 8 years of marriage says otherwise. The rapper turned country star was in a very dark place when he met the future influencer, and she's been at his side for every major achievement since. Even those with limited knowledge about Jelly Roll probably know that the singer's song Save Me was a huge hit. A remixed version of the song featuring country singer Lainey Wilson was on the Billboard Top 100 for 37 weeks in 2023, peaking at number 19. It's well known that the singer comes from a troubled background and even spent time in prison, and Save Me isn't his only hit song to touch on those parts of his life. Jelly Roll's I Am Not Okay and Somebody Save Me also references struggles and need for guidance. Someone did, in fact, step in to save Jelly Roll, but it wasn't Wilson or any other musical collaborator. Jelly Roll has praised Bunnie XO countless times for totally turning his life around, but a few instances stand out. In a 2023 Facebook post that the singer made in appreciation for his partner, he wrote, "To watch what this woman has overcame and her passion and determination to be something better has inspired me from the moment I met her. She saved me in one of the darkest times of my life. She has been nothing but supportive." In a Facebook post from 5 years prior, Jelly Roll expressed similar sentiments about Bunnie's impact on his trajectory, writing, "This woman changed my life. She literally changed the way everything works for me and how I function as human. She made me step my game up in all facets." Jelly Roll and Bunnie XO eloped in 2016 in a small chapel in Las Vegas, less than a year after first meeting. But long before they were even a couple, Bunnie was helping Jelly Roll get his life on track. The pair first met in 2015 when Bunnie attended one of the singer's shows at the Las Vegas Country Saloon. Though they spent time talking backstage, Bunnie was in a relationship at the time, and nothing romantic occurred. As Jelly Roll recalled on the King and the Sting and the Wing podcast, the pair kept in touch, and before long, Bunnie was back on the market.
They split, and I'm not going to act like I shot my shot. She kind of shot hers.
Armed with the knowledge that Bunnie was interested, Jelly Roll let her know that he intended to drive to Vegas, where she lived, to shoot some video. Since the singer was unhoused at the time, Bunnie offered him a place to stay.
It's a white trash love story.
Jelly Roll later told the Taste of Country Nights podcast the second they hugged, he felt something special. Things quickly escalated from there.
When I hugged her, I could just feel the genuineness off of her. I could tell it wasn't an act.
When they started getting to know each other, Jelly Roll was transparent with Bunnie XO about his messy situation. At the time, he had one daughter, Bailee Ann DeFord, over whom he wanted, but did not yet have, full custody. He also had a child on the way, his son Noah Buddy DeFord, with another previous girlfriend. None of this deterred Bunnie, who had no biological kids of her own. Instead, she made it her mission to help Jelly Roll gain custody over his daughter, probably unaware that she would be helping to raise Bailee Ann in the future.
I was like, you don't have to do this alone, dude. Like, I got you. Like, you know, if this little girl has a chance at life of being with you, then I'll help you as much as I can.
In the years since, Bunnie has become incredibly close with Bailee Ann, who calls her mom. But in those early days, her main concern was ensuring Jelly Roll got full custody. As Jelly Roll recalled on the Bussin' with the Boys podcast, this meant finding him a place to live and a lawyer to help him with his case.
Dude, I'm broke. I can't afford the lawyer. I can't afford anything. I'm like, dude, what am I going to do? Put the kid in the van? Dude, I'm living out of like a 96 van.
In response, Bunnie stepped in and paid for the custody battle. Both Jelly Roll and Bunnie XO had troubled childhoods that lacked stable parental role models. Jelly Roll's parents divorced when he was 13, and he lived mostly with his mom, Donna DeFord, who struggled with mental health issues and substance addiction. Bunnie's mother left her when she was a baby, and the relationship with her stepmother was so toxic that Bunnie left home at only 14.
I think I've always had the fear of ending up like my mom.
For these reasons, both Jelly Roll and Bunnie care deeply about being fully present for the kids and setting a good example. Establishing stability and consistency for Bailee Ann has been especially imperative, as she has lived with Jelly Roll and Bunnie full-time for nearly their entire relationship. For Bunnie, becoming a stepmother and full-time guardian meant getting sober. At the time, she was addicted to pills, cocaine, and alcohol, but stopped cold turkey when she realized she was repeating familial patterns.
Just being with Jay, I just wanted to be a better example for his daughter because we ended up getting full custody of Bailee in January of 2017.
While Bailee's birth mother is in her daughter's life, addiction and legal issues have kept her from being able to provide adequate care. This made Bunnie want to be sober even more, having grown up in a similar situation. While Bunnie XO got sober in 2018, her husband wasn't yet ready to do the same. In fact, Jelly Roll is still not sober in the strictest definition of the word. He has, however, made pivotal changes to his behavior and shifted his usage in ways that have benefited his life and family. Unsurprisingly, Bunnie played a massive role in what she calls Jelly Roll's soberish journey.
When Bunnie got off of pills and coke, I got off of pills and lean because I drank a lot of codeine.
He quit cocaine a few years later, but has yet to fully quit weed or alcohol. While Jelly Roll still drinks, he now only does so with purpose. He'll indulge for celebrations or events like the Beer Olympics. The singer also goes to support meetings when he is struggling. As he told People magazine, "I just, out of an abundance of respect for the people who really got off the drugs completely, and the alcohol and the weed, don't necessarily claim to be a part of the program, because I respect their work and I would never want to diminish it with some of my actions. But AA has done a lot for me." Jelly Roll has also been trying to lose weight and work on his fitness, and Bunnie XO has been in full support. Compared to past attempts, though, the singer told Bussin' with the Boys he has an extra motivator this time. He and Bunnie are thinking about having a baby.
It really made me realize at almost 40, I was like, that means I got to live to at least 60. I got to see this kid into college.
Jelly Roll lost about 70 pounds in 5 months, training for a 5K race. He told People, "I've been really kicking ass, man. I'm doing 2 to 3 miles a day, 4 to 6 days a week. I'm doing 20 to 30 minutes in the sauna, 6 minutes in a cold plunge every day. I'm eating healthy right now." He went on to say he's feeling good and would like to lose at least another 100 pounds, saying, "If I feel this good down this weight, man, I can only imagine what I'm going to feel like by the time I go on tour." The 5K made the singer feel so great that he immediately declared a half marathon was next up on the agenda. Jelly Roll has been struggling with his weight since he was a young child. In a 2018 Instagram post, the singer confessed to hating his relationship with food, as well as his embarrassment for having regained 60 pounds after losing 200. He also detailed his rock bottom, which happened in 2015. The doctor scale only weighed to 500 pounds. They suggested I go to a meat processor or truck stop to get my actual weight. It was one of the most embarrassing days of my life, and the bottom line, I had done it to myself. I continued to spiral out of control and dealt with the news by more food, more drugs, and more liquor. Despite letting people in on his food addiction, multiple attempts to drop the pounds, and the ways that obesity affects him, not all fans have been kind when it comes to commenting on Jelly Roll's body. While the singer does not directly respond to the body shaming, Bunnie XO isn't afraid to go after bullies who leave hurtful comments. She has also defended Jelly Roll on her podcast, Dumb Blonde, where she acknowledged the impact of the online harassment.
My husband got off the internet because he is so tired of being bullied about his weight. And that makes me want to cry because he is the sweetest angel baby.
While neither the rap nor the country music industry are known for male singers expressing vulnerability, Jelly Roll makes no efforts to hide his sensitivity. There are dozens of instances of the singer crying on video, and he loves a long, poignant social media post where he can express his deep feelings. While some of these posts are heartbreaking, others are incredibly uplifting. And none are sweeter than the appreciation posts he makes to honor Bunnie XO. He does these on birthdays, Mother's Day, Valentine's Day, and sometimes just at random. There's no question that Jelly Roll adores Bunnie, but their bond goes deeper than that. The star frequently references the way that his wife grounds him, providing a stability that he never had in his earlier years. He referred to Bunnie as his backbone in life in a 2020 Instagram post, and his anchor in a 2024 Facebook birthday tribute. He wrote, "She taught me to not just weather the storm, but to dance in the rain. She taught me how to build a deep-rooted friendship in our relationship that supersedes everything. My wife is the epitome of sometimes God sends his most unlikely messengers with the biggest message." There are clearly many reasons for Jelly Roll to love Bunnie XO. But beyond love, he's also expressed how much he admires her, including her resilience and determination to start a podcast on her own terms. As he wrote in a 2023 Facebook post, "I watched her build her own platform, her own podcast, and her own team, with zero help from me. She wanted to do it on her own. She didn't want to be just Jelly Roll's wife." Jelly Roll is particularly proud of the way Bunnie creates community and her desire to use her story to empower other women. In an Instagram post celebrating their 8th anniversary, he wrote, "Watching what you have built on social media and with your podcast is amazing. To see the way you inspire people, especially other women, makes my heart want to explode with joy. The amount of women who come up to me and say they relate to you and love your content makes my soul smile." Bunnie XO has been in Jelly Roll's life for nearly a decade, and her impact cannot be understated. In addition to influencing Jelly Roll's desire to live more healthfully and be a great parent, Bunnie's presence has also affected his work. After all, Jelly Roll's brand has been built on sadness and struggles, not happiness. The fact that he has a full-on love song on his newest album, Beautifully Broken, is a clear change of tone for the star. A few weeks before the album's October 2024 release, Bunnie posted a teaser of the song Jelly Roll wrote for her on TikTok. Fans went crazy in the comments despite not even knowing the song's title. Though the album is still filled with dark content about addiction, pain, and suffering, Bunnie's love song, Woman, was ranked number 2 by Billboard when it assessed the 22 tracks. And it's not the only song that evokes positive feelings. Others include Smile So Much and Grace, both of which emphasize the power of redemption and celebrate Jelly Roll's resilience. If you or anyone you know needs help with addiction issues, help is available. Visit the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration website or contact SAMHSA's National Helpline at 1-800-662-HELP 4357.